So it has been many weeks, maybe 3 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, since you planted your Colocasia Black Magic, Mojito, Black Coral. Doesn't matter which variety of Colocasia you've planted. You've planted it and you're waiting and nothing is happening, or so it appears. The plant has not burst into life, the tuber is not sprouting, and you don't have any growths coming out of the top of the pot. So it's time to have a look. Time to have a look to see if the tuber is indeed sprouting and if it is even still alive. So you're going to need to pull the tuber out of the pot. Now, if the compost is very wet, then the tuber might be a little bit muddy, might be a bit dirty from the compost, or it may be dry. You can leave it to dry a little if you want to. Now, for the purpose of this video, I let my tuber dry out for about a day so that it's not dripping water and a soggy mess. But yours hopefully won't be quite as dry as this. Now, what we need to do is, the first thing we need to do is have a look at the tuber to see if there's any signs of growth. And on this particular tuber, you can see there are growths. They're very, very small, yellow-green, pointed growths around the outside of the tuber. Not actually from the center, where you might expect the leaves to grow, but in fact small growths around the outside of the tuber. And if I pull off a little bit of the old brown skin and I give that a scrape, you'll see that the surface of the skin is a pink color, which, if any of you have ever grown the bulbs of gladioli, you'll know that pink color from gladioli bulbs. It's very similar. So if you don't see any of those little growths emerging, go ahead and give the skin a scrape. You're looking for that pink colored skin. And if that is not showing signs of promise, you can dig even further, dig deeper, and you will see that the flesh should be a creamy color. And it should have the consistency a little bit like the flesh of an apple. Now, if you can see that creamy white flesh on your Colocasia bulb, then do not fear. It is still alive. It is still alive. So all you're going to need to do is replant it, give it another watering, make sure you're keeping it moist enough. Sometimes, because people are afraid of rotting, they've read, oh, you mustn't get these bulbs too wet, otherwise they're going to rot. People are not giving them enough water to kick them off. They need actually quite a moist soil to start them into growth, and they need lots of heat. So give them a good watering. Keep the compost just moist, not soaking wet, but just moist, and put them in the warmest spot you possibly can, in full sun outside, in a greenhouse outside if you have it, or even indoors, somewhere near to, for instance, a boiler or a hot water tank, anywhere where there is extra heat. And it doesn't matter if that is a dark place, because light is not needed in order to get these tubers sprouting. Once sprouting occurs, then you can put them outside, or you can put them into a greenhouse if they've been indoors, and then you can start regular watering. Once the growth starts in earnest and you've got many centimeters of growth, then you can gradually increase the amount of water, so you can actually keep them quite soggy once they get into good growth. Then they like to have wet feet, but don't give them too much water to start. But you do need a fair amount of water just to keep the compost moist at all times. And that's about it. If, when you look at your tuber, you don't have the pink skin, you dig deeper and you don't have that creamy white flesh, you've got brown or something very, very soft and rotten, then unfortunately your tuber is dead. In which case, good luck next time.